What's going on? We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Y'all know what the business is. One time for the one time. We're going to talk about an interesting article I seen in Boxing Scene where it talks about, it goes on about Ronnie Shields saying that Canelo, Jacobs, and Triple G are afraid of his fighter, Jermall Charlo. Are they scared of Jermall Charlo, or is it just business? You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to ask yourself. He say they see everything he sees. That Charlo got everything: size, power, speed, etc. And at this point, you got to ask yourself, if Charlo was in a position of power, would they still fight him? Yes, they gonna fight anybody in a position of power. You're not gonna pass up a title shot because you never know when it's gonna come back through or come back around. So, is it a case of him being the boogeyman, or just risk and reward? High risk, low reward. Gotta ask yourself that. Obviously, Triple G could have got a mandatory shot by fighting Jermall Charlo directly to Canelo, but he found other alternative routes, and it still talked about him going to the zone, or it's also talking about him fighting Robert Brandt to be the regular WA title holder and get to Canelo that way. Danny Jacobs, we know he's not going to fight Charlo next if he go back to the zone. They talk about 90-10 split, 70-25 split. Both Charlo getting the lower ends of the splits. So, we know that's not going to happen. He said he wants that fight next, but it sounds like he's going to go to the zone and possibly fight Canelo in May. And, Canelo, it's already said he coming back down. We talked about last night. He already talked about if he don't fight him next, then he going to have to drop the belt. If Canelo dropped the belt, ain't nothing going to happen publicly wise. He get killed by a few of the brothers, but other than that, the Mexicans and the Canelo fans going to let him have a pass. And that's square business. Like I said, the fans say all the time in the comment section, on these threads on the internet, wherever, what has Charlo done? He got to fight somebody. How can he fight somebody when nobody else will fight him? I don't understand the mystique of his fear if he's never been tested, if he's a bum, if he went all 12 with Austin Trout just as Canelo did, if he not nothing. If he not nothing, why not fight him and get a mandatory shot at Triple G? At Canelo, if you Triple G. If you Daniel Jacobs, why not fight him in Brooklyn, in the Brooklyn Barclays Center, and show him who the king of Brooklyn is? He came to your town and proclaimed himself the king of Brooklyn in boxing. He's fighting in your hometown when you had to fight in Theater Room in Manhattan. He's fighting in Brooklyn, headlining December 22nd. And you still talking about short ball, and you still talking about doing other things. You in a rush to go lose your belt and get robbed or get your ass whooped by Canelo Alvarez. I think it is a fear. I think they do fear him because he's tall, he's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's quick. He can pop. And Danny Jacobs, let's start with him. Danny Jacobs just got boom, boom, bop, bop, boop, by Slucky. And Slucky was a middleweight, was a junior middleweight. You could tell in his waistline. He still hadn't grown into middleweight yet. And he was teeing off on Danny Jacobs' face. He was teeing off on Danny Jacobs. Couldn't miss a right hand. Could have closed his eyes and put a bandana over his eyes. He wouldn't have missed. So you got to look at that situation and say, you don't think Charlo can do what Slucky did? And some? And put 3, 4, 5 in a combination on him? Yeah, he know that. It's obvious to see that guys that are equal height and just as much athleticism as Danny Jacobs give him problems. Danny Jacobs' feet ain't that good. Danny Jacobs is he looks like a power fighter. He has power fighter attributes like punching power. He talk all tough sometimes. But really at heart, he a finesse fighter. He don't have a finesse trace as far as the footwork. But Danny Jacobs, not like I'm gonna run over you, type of fighter. That ain't his stilo. That ain't his thing where I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna buzz off you. No, he'd rather, ring around the rosy you, He'd rather dance, act like he dance around and box And we already admitted that he's a clout chaser. He already admitted that, you know, he's scared. We was scared of Golovkin. He was fearful of Golovkin. And when I said clout chaser, it was clout chasing go wrong for Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs said in the article on Boxing Scene, and he said on the Fight Game with Andre Ward. Let's talk about what he said on the Boxing Scene. He said that I was just name dropping, you know, Golovkin. I didn't really think Golovkin was gonna fight me. I was just, you know, just trying to get my name out there. And Golovkin fucked around and pulled his whole card. And he fucked around and won, in my opinion. Then he said on the Fight Game, oh, I thought Golovkin power was extraterrestrial, you know. And he ended up fucking losing the fight because he believed the headlines. Because he believed Golovkin was this big hellacious puncher. This big, tremendous alien-type puncher with mythical punching power. He said that wasn't that. You know? You could tell mentally he a little soft. You know? He a little soft. He ain't as tough as he portray. Because we know he been knocked out before. We know he been dropped by Sergio Moore before. We know he had doubts going into the Golovkin fight. We know that. We know Slucky boxed him up a little bit. So you think a guy with equal height in Charlo, which he was listed, he's way taller listed. He's bigger than 5'11" and a half, whatever they got listed at. So you think of somebody that's about just as tall as Danny Jacobs, if not taller, can't do what Slucky did? You know Andre Rosario know that. His coach. Yeah, we got to turn Danny Jacobs up to the 10th degree for this fight. I mean, why you got to turn Danny Jacobs for the 10th degree? if Charlo ain't shit. They be telling themselves. They do. Canelo Alvarez, he already know what it is, man. That man got the hell up out of 154 before. Went to 155. Because he didn't want to fight Andrade, Charlos, and Lara at first. He fought Lara at 155. Okay? He already know what it is. He know he about, what? He about 6 inches shorter than Charlo. Charlo ain't no Rob Risha Jr. Charlo know how to use his jab. Charlo know how to use his height. He know how to get leverage. He know how to fight a smaller guy. Canelo ain't gonna never fight Jermall Charlo. I don't believe. He already know it's a bad stylistic matchup for him. And then now, you spot him 6 pounds? If he was gonna fight Charlo, he would have fought one of the Charlos when they was young. You know, when they was a little bit more inexperienced. You know? He don't have shit for them. People say, oh, Canelo outboxed Danny Jacobs, or he outboxed Charlo like he did Golovkin. Newsflash, Danny Jacobs and Charlo ain't nothing like Golovkin. They don't sit there, well, at least Charlo don't sit there and let you tee off on him and say big drama show. He don't have the hand speed of a snail. Both move their head. Both got better feet than Golovkin. Okay? Both is faster. All right? Newsflash. Different type of style. They quick to forget that Canelo, you know, all this punch power. Canelo knock him out. Did Canelo knock out Shane Mosley? Did Canelo knock out Miguel Cotto? Did Canelo knock out Floyd Mayweather? Did Canelo knock out Lara? No. Fighters with foot that got rhythmic movement scares Canelo Alvarez. And every time he fought one of them, he had to get a gift. Lara, Trout, Cotto. I say Cotto. Oh, they're Cotto, though. Mayweather. He didn't want that smoke. He know that's a bad style for him. He know it. And people say, well, Canelo outboxed. Who is Canelo outboxed? Who? Who is outboxed? Angulo? Kirkland? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Canelo's a better boxer. Who's Canelo outboxed? Mayweather? Lara? Some people didn't think he outboxed Triple G 2 times. People kill me that he outboxed. Whoa. Canelo knock him out. Who Canelo knocked out? Who he knocked out? He didn't knock out Lara. He didn't knock out Trout. He didn't knock out Cotto. He didn't knock out Mayweather. He didn't knock out Golovkin twice. He didn't even knock out a dead Chavez Jr. that was weight drained. So who he knock out? All right? Stop saying the BS. He didn't knock out nobody. Who Khan, Josito Lopez, a shot Warren Kirkland, a shot Warren Angulo. Come on, man. Shut the front door. Y'all can kill me with that same casual talk. Oh, man, Canelo outboxed. Who's Canelo outboxed? Canelo ain't never had a dominant victory over anybody prominent. Every fight he had has been razor close that he got the benefit of the doubt. Every fight. Facts. Golovkin? I don't even know what to talk about Golovkin. Golovkin has been fearful his whole career. Real talk. Golovkin has never tried to step out and be the best. Only reason he fought Danny Jacobs is because Danny Jacobs been knocked out before. He felt he could knock out Danny Jacobs. Only reason he fought Kell Brook, because he was a welterweight. Other than that, he didn't fight nobody. He never took any chances in his career. Never. He never took chances in his career. He been fearful of losing. He waited till Martinez had one leg to come over here and try to fight him. And then talk about somebody ducking him. Man, please. Who he think he fooling? Who he think he fooling? People say, he had promotional issue. I ain't trying to hear that crap. He still was fighting. He ain't missed no time. Oh, he was chasing Felix Sturm. Like I say, man, this dude ain't never tried to come over here and fight nobody. He was trying to come over here and fight Pacquiao, Mayweather, and Canelo. This dude is the ambition. He's the indicative. He's the definition of chasing that money. That's it. He ain't in it for money. He ain't in it for the love of the sport. He ain't in it for the love of the sport. Of course he's scared. I know out of all these three, I know Golovkin's scared. Golovkin has been fearful, scared to take risks in his whole career. He never took no risks. His first risk was fighting a welterweight while he was, 34 years old? You turned pro in 2006. Your first risk was, 7 years later? Whatever it was, 8 years later? That was your risk. It took you 8 years to take a risk in your career. And when you took a risk, it was versus a welterweight jumping up 2 weight classes. Y'all tell me how that worked. So I know out of all three of these dudes, Golovkin the most scaredest one. He is. His team never had no faith in him. He never took no chances. Chances make champions. He don't live by that. You know, all he did is sit there and wait for handouts and try to fight blown up junior middleweights and blown up welterweights. You know, he was never ambitious. He never wanted to jump up and wait because he knew he'd get exposed. But he came out and told you guys, anybody from 54-75 can get it. Anybody from 54-68 and he changed it can get it. Never wanted to move up and fight Andre Ward. That's why I knew he was flawed. That's why I knew he was a pussy. He damn sure don't want to fight Jermall Charlo. He the most scaredest one. Then he go, I'm going to rank them, the most scaredest ones. Golovkin, Danny Jacobs, Canelo. And I know Danny Jacobs scared, trust me. All this steroid accusing, his coach said he got to turn him up for attempted to read. That's pussy talk. Anybody in the hood know what pussy talk is. You know? We already know that pussy talk. Canelo, we'll see. But I'm telling you, he ain't going to fight him. He going to drop that belt, and his fans going to rationalize it. But y'all know what it is, Goodfella Sports TV. We back on Twitter. That link's in the description. Follow us on there. We on Facebook as well. You can DM me on there as well. Email me. Want to make a donation? That link is there as well. You can DM me, email me, video requests, questions, concerns, whatever the business may be. I definitely appreciate everybody for holding us down one time for the one time. Y'all know what the business is, man. We're going to continue to kick that boxing knowledge. And, we'll continue to be active today. Got a couple 9 boxing videos coming behind this. And we're going to continue to hold it down one time for the one time we go.